Do it just one more time, one more.
Up and fill their head with a lot of impossible ideas. Now, I say...
Just a minute. Now, hold on. Just a minute. Now, you're right when you say my father was no businessman. I know that. Why he ever started this cheap penny-ante building alone, I'll never know. But neither you nor anybody else can say anything against his character because his whole life was... Why, in the 25 years since he and Uncle Billy started this thing, he never once thought of himself. Isn't that right, Uncle Billy? He didn't save enough money to send Harry to school, let alone me. But he did help a few people get out of your slums, Mr. Potter. And what's wrong with that? But here, you're all businessmen here. Doesn't make them better citizens? Doesn't make them better customers? You said that what'd you say just a minute ago? They had to wait and save their money before they even thought of a decent home? Wait for what? Until their children grow up and leave them? Until they're so old and broke them down that you know how long it takes a working man to save $5,000? Just remember this, Mr. Potter, that this rabble you're talking about, they do most of the working and paying and living and dying in this community. Well, is it too much to have them work and pay and live and die in a couple of decent rooms and a bath? Anyway, my father didn't think so. People were human beings to him, but to you, a warped, frustrated old man, they're cattle. Well, in my book, he died a much richer man than you'll ever be.
I'm not interested in your book. I'm talking about the building and loan.
I know very well what you're talking about. You're talking about something you can't get your fingers on, and it's galling you. That's what you're talking about, I know. Well, I've said too much. You're the board here. You do what you want with this thing. There's just one thing more, though. This town needs this measly one-horse institution, if only to have some place where people can come without crawling to Potter. Come on.
What we have to do is deal with it when these individuals are young enough, if you will, to be saved. Not in a religious sense, but...
saved my fucking life, dude. Wow. Yeah, so I she's like some kind of sage or like I don't know. She's a saint for me, because had she not intervened in my life and not created the avenue for me to experience ego death, I'd either have a really mediocre existence or I'd be dead in full. And you know, I had no love in my life. I had no purpose in my life. My whole purpose, as you know, was just craft. It was just, I'm gonna be good at this thing, and that's all that I have. The only thing I care about in life is being a good actor. And that's such a vapid, shallow existence. And three emotions that I toggled between, which was, I would feel anxiety, depression, and excitement. And I thought excitement was joy, and I thought lack of depression was serenity, peace. And I had no spiritual life.
We try really hard to find a way not to let them drive.
Boston for the springtime.
In every bowl of soup I see lions and tigers watching me. I make 'em jump right through a hoop, those animal crackers in my soup.
I began writing what they call a mission statement. Not a memo, a mission statement. You know, a suggestion for the future of our company. A night like this doesn't come along very often. I seized it. What started out as one page became 25. Suddenly, I was my father's son again. I was remembering the simple pleasures of this job, how I ended up here out of law school, the way a stadium sounds when one of my players performs well on the field, the way we are meant to protect them in health and in injury. With so many clients, we had forgotten what was important. I wrote and wrote and wrote and wrote, and I'm not even a writer. I was remembering even the words of the original sports agent, my mentor, the late great Dickie Fox, who said,
"The key to this business is personal relationships."
Suddenly it was all pretty clear. The answer was fewer clients, less money, more attention, caring for ourselves and the games too, just starting our lives. Hey, I'll be first to admit it. What I was writing was somewhat touchy-feely. I didn't care. I had lost the ability to bullshit. It was them always wanting to be. I took it in a bag to a copy mat in the middle of the night and printed up 110 copies. Even the cover looked like The Catcher in the Rye. I entitled it, "The Things We Think and Do Not Say. The Future of Our Business."
That's how you become great, man. Hang your balls out there.
Okay.
I was 35. I'd start my life.
How long did you give him?
About a week.
All your colleagues, those clown comics, to fix their hearts or die.
I'd be in trouble if you left me now, 'cause I don't know where to look for love. I just don't know how.
For me, there's nothing more masculine than a mountain.
Tell me why.
You just don't do much, and it's always there.
Yeah.
And you can't move it.
Yeah.
And so like, that's
complicated.
It's
got all kinds of shit on it.
Yeah, but it's also super simple.
That's true too.
Yeah, I mean, not to get too like arty-farty with the shit, but I like the stability of a mountain. I like the simplicity of a mountain. I like the complexity of a mountain. There's different notes, sure, different elevations. Yeah, I'm not interested in like a monotone, naive optimism either. That's not what I'm pitching. It doesn't make me effective to tell a dude who's in the middle of being on fire, hey, it's all gonna be okay. Because it's not. Some shit's not gonna be okay. And then you gotta ask yourself why that's happening. And God either is or he isn't. That's just, it's very simple. And so even the negativity that befalls your life or any kind of tragic shit that happens in your life really is you're being tapped. This is how God refines. And so I'm blessed, bro. I'm blessed for all the fuck ups too. I'm blessed that I had a group of people around me who, when I was in triage mode, could really grab my arm and tie a tourniquet. And now I'm able to pay it forward and be of service to other people, and even show up here and like look another man in the eye. Just that was like a big hurdle to get past. When you're in the kind of shame that I was in, and you've been defined a certain kind of way in the public, just to get to the place where you could sit down and look another man in the eye and speak honestly about where you're at, that's like a testament to a lot of work that got done.
100%.
And really, if that's all you get out of doing the work, then do the work, So, and I keep going to this God thing, and it's not like the get out of jail free card for me, It's not like I'm trying to say this stuff to absolve myself of anything, I'm trying to be an advertisement for what this did in my life. It changed my life.
When they're inside me where it's dark, I walk around like Noah's Ark. I stuff my tummy like a goop with animal crackers in my soup. Oh my goodness.
Singing in the dining room. Madam, is this the kind of manners you teach them?
Why, of course not, Mr. Wyckoff. They've been told they must always be quiet at mealtime.
Oh, they've been told, have they? Well, just telling them doesn't seem to be good enough. Perhaps a bit of real discipline wouldn't do them any harm. Have you been told not to sing in the dining room?
Yes, sir.
Then why do you do it? You're a bad and wicked child. You know that, don't you?
She isn't a bad or wicked child. She's just a baby. She was making the children laugh. Besides, it wasn't her fault. I told her to sing to the children.
And who are you, young woman? Are you an orphan, too?
Yes, sir.
Then what right have you to be here, living on charity at your age?
I'll tell you what I'm doing here. I scrub the floors and make the beds and wash and iron and cook from 6 in the morning until 9 at night.
Quiet!
I won't be quiet. You're a mean and hateful man to frighten little children. Ready? Report to my office after the meeting. Yes, sir. The rest of you will go to the main yard and wait there till it's time for inspection by our dear trustees.
We'd like for you to kind of, we're going to slow it down this time and sing a soulful number. This song is the song that, you know, we all want to sing sometimes. This is the love growl, right?
If you're new and you just entered, you know, you don't have everything you want right now, but you got everything you need right now.
Right.
Now. Now. Now.